Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. Great article here from the Mobile Report. I'll leave a link to it in the description so you guys can check it out. So as T-Mobile is getting more and more confident in their coverage and their current network build, they're starting to get more aggressive on the keep and switch promos, and they're adding in more of the regional and rural carriers into the mix. So T-Mobile adding 2 new carriers to their keep and switch promotions. So that means they're moving into more rural territory where they're able to compete for customers. So most of you are familiar with the keep and switch promo. You can get up to $800 on a prepaid MasterCard. And then that will pay off the phone you had with your previous carrier up to 8 lines. For those of you who are not familiar with that. So according to multiple sources, T-Mobile is now going to offer the Keep and Switch program to customers on Cox and Carolina West Wireless, which are regional providers that they're going after with the network build. So something to note here at the very end, Cox makes sense for T-Mobile to target, but a small town carrier like Carolina West is unusual. As of 2019, the company reportedly only had 90,000 customers, and most of them are likely in areas that have or that haven't traditionally been serviced by the big three, Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile. Our guess is that T-Mobile is targeting Carolina West rural customers specifically now that the coverage is more widely available. Again, the coverage, right? That's the benefit. If you grow your coverage, you expand your coverage, you can compete for these customers. In fact, Carolina West's hometown of Wilkesboro is blanketed in 5G according to T-Mobile's coverage map. Combined with the addition of T-Satellite in partnership with Starlink, dead zones are much less of a problem in these areas nowadays. The Keep and Switch program is available to customers on AT&T, Verizon, Spectrum, Claro, Liberty, Xfinity, US Cellular, with Cox and Carolina West coming May 23rd. Over on T-Mobile's dedicated Keep and Switch website. If interested, you can head over there to find out more details. So this is interesting as T-Mobile continues to expand. And recently at the JP Morgan conference, I covered that in the video yesterday, they have a pivot and focus on thousands of new cell sites this year. So it just makes sense that they would add more of these regional carriers to the keep and switch, right? And that's to throw that in. I fully anticipate that T-Mobile would have done that too if they wouldn't have never went after US Cellular in terms of the acquiring. They would have went into the US Cellular areas and overbuilt the US Cellular footprint and then just added US Cellular onto the keep and switch promos, right? And that's something that I would say US Cellular was looking at too when they made their decision to sell the assets, right? It just made a lot of sense. T-Mobile is very aggressive. They're good at marketing. And Carolina West is likely going to feel this too, right? They're going to feel pressure on. And that just brings more competition to this regional part. So good to see that T-Mobile's expanding. They're expanding the network more and more and more. By the end of this year, there'll be a bigger network. By the end of 2026, there'll be a bigger network. They're just going to continue to grow the network each and every year as they move forward. So let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.